Good morning, good morning. It's your boy, MarkN MUFC fan, guys. And sorry I'm late. You know, this stream is normally at 8:30 UK, but today is Sunday and I kind of overslept, guys. So I apologize. I hope you're well. I'm bringing you a little transfer update with some more information coming in about more possible signings that could be happening this week. And guys, with the information I have coming in, I'm going to make it really snappy. I'm not going to stay too long and keep you guys here alone because the real concrete information, I did a video last night. We spoke about Mario Hermoso, one of the players that we're looking at to bring in on a free transfer. Of course, there's probably going to be a signing bonus, but the basic reports are it's probably going to be a fee around 90K per week, a term of 3 years, a contract for over 3 years. And that's going to be very interesting. Left-sided center back, left-footed, tall, very physical, great on the ball, can progress the ball and play a high line. Definitely going to be a very welcomed squad rotational player. He probably might start some games. I'm not saying he's better than Lisandro Martinez, but I think he's just as decent. You know what I mean? Probably close to the level. And he was going to be providing experience. He's 29 years old, so he's not really one for the future, but one for the right now. And as we know, we have Lenny Yoro out injured and he won't be back until the end of October. So we're going to need some players to come in and facilitate us. It's a long season, guys. And right now, the big news coming in is our reported continued pursuit of Manuel Ugarte, guys. I didn't say anything last night when I was bringing my updates, when I spoke about Adrien Rabiot, because I know United are in talks, which are advanced. You could be hearing Rabiot and Hermoso as well conducting medicals this week. United are moving very aggressive in the market. All the reports coming out right now are on Manchester United, guys, and Manuel Ugarte is at the top of the talking points. Manuel Ugarte deal was said to be dead in the water. Man United has been said to have walked away, but this is not true, guys. What is currently happening is Man United are working on the midfielder. The confirmation here by Fabrizio Romano. And guys, I'm trying to make sure I bring you the news and all of the news. It doesn't matter if it's a report or if it's a confirmation by Fabrizio, but when it's by Fabrizio and the guys like Ornstein, it's tier 1 sources, guys. And what's been reported is that Man United are still interested in signing Manuel Ugarte. And right now it's currently being a loan discussed with an option to buy. Might be seeing a fee of somewhere in the region of 7 to 10 million euros for the loan. But then, guys, what is the option to buy? It's going to be possible. It could be somewhere in the region of 40 to 45 million pounds for this player. So let's see how it works out. Man United are said to be very, very aggressive in negotiations. The negotiations have also been reported as positive. So let's see if we get a here we go with all terms agreed for Manuel Ugarte, because, guys, you already know we have terms agreed with the player on his personal contract. So it's going to be very easy to complete this deal as long as PSG agrees to the loan. It's going to be one of those things, guys. So look forward to the news and other reports coming in. There's some difficulty in the bid for Zubamendi. They're going to have to pay more money for Liverpool. Just to say that, guys, not that I'm really concerned about what Liverpool is doing. But, guys, some other reports coming in. I know there's some people talking about Evan Ferguson, guys. And last night I told you guys, I had no news on that. I didn't know what they were talking about. But there are reports that are linking us to Evan Ferguson. Now, paying 50 million for Evan Ferguson is not something I think United is going to do this summer unless the payment terms are favorable to our situation. If for some reason Brighton are willing to do a deal where we will pay somewhere in the region of 15 million pounds down and pay over the contract of 5 years, then it might be a possibility that this deal or this prospect could be getting some traction and Man United might be making a move. Other reports are stating that United are more interested in what's happening with Max Bayer at Hoffenheim. The young starlet scored 16 goals last season, like I keep telling you guys. So let's see how it might be going, because what's reported is that Hoffenheim will be wanting something like 40 like 35 to 40 million euros. They're in negotiations currently with Borussia Dortmund. But, that's euros, guys. So when you convert that to pounds, that's something like 25 to 30 million pounds, which is 20 million cheaper than what they would be doing for Evan Ferguson. And I would be saying, it's up in the air and a toss-up. It would probably be depending on what the scouts are looking for and the profile. Because I would say both of them are decent. I think Max Bayer is prolific. Evan Ferguson had a season marred with some injuries last season, but he does get in and amongst the goals. So it's going to be about basically who is the preference. What are your thoughts in the comments, guys? Let me know what you're thinking. Good morning to you, Mark Davies. I hope you're well. Big up for you, bro. Will we get it? Here we go today. Can the two fit defenders play against Fulham on Friday? Well, currently, Mark Davies, the players are en route to Manchester United, and I'm talking about, Matthijs de Ligt as well as Noussair Mazraoui. They're going to be conducting their medicals between Monday and Tuesday. Let's see how it goes. Pending the medicals, of course, there's going to be the official signing of the contract. So I'm not too certain that de Ligt might start against Fulham, but it's a definite possibility. Noussair Mazraoui has had preseason performances with Bayern Munich, so he's technically, closer to being ready than Matthijs de Ligt, who returned a bit late. You know what I mean? When I said he returned on August 2nd, which is just 9 days ago. He's been in his preparations for warm-up and getting himself back to fitness, but he's nowhere there. So let's see how it goes. But definitely and certainly, Mark, we're waiting on the confirmation that the medical task was performed successfully, and that's when we're going to get the final confirmation and the official confirmation where he's holding up the kit. Good morning to you, GB. What's good, brother? Hope you're well. Kenny Fan TV's coming in. Big up to you. Big up to you as well, my bro. Will de Ligt start against Fulham or will he be benched? Well, the interesting thing is we've seen Joshua Zirkzee not play yesterday, guys. We know he's been in training for like 2.5 weeks now. He's had 3 to 4 team trainings, but he was not played yesterday. Now, there's a slight difference with Matthijs de Ligt. As we know, he's very familiar with the Ten Hag style of play. He knows what he has to do. But let's look at it from the perspective that you don't want to rush this player in too soon without getting him properly ready for the season, and then he picks up an injury. Because as you know, the fans, we might be going in on Ten Hag again saying, another player he's rushed in too soon because he's not ready. Now, I'm not too worried about the Fulham game, guys. I think a lot of you are thinking about last season when we were injury-ridden and we didn't really have any players available to play for the game. But now, this is a different United. We have more players fit and ready for the game. I think the other players who came back showed and they increased our competitiveness yesterday against Man City. It's shocking we didn't win that game by 4 goals, but at the same time, we lost on penalties. A decent performance was from the lads. A lot of people were saying United was going to get steamrolled, but you know what I mean? We looked a better team for the majority of the game. So that's my thoughts on that. Zirkzee will play. Zirkzee is definitely starting against Fulham. Mark, you don't have to worry about it. You're going to see the big striker. He's 6'4", quite a big guy. Very, very skillful. He's got good feet, quick feet as well. So let's see how it looks. I think it's going to be a very big statement when we start that game against Fulham. I think your worries for the season will be a little bit relieved after you see our performance. Good morning, Casimir. Hope you're well, bro. Big up to you. Good things are happening at Man United. Yeah, Man United transfer windows seem to be on a pause the last couple of weeks, guys. But what's happening now? We're seeming to be moving again. I think this has a lot of things to do with the fact that, maybe we did have some money left in the coffers and we're seeing some prospective sales happening as well going forward right now. So it's going to be interesting, guys. Let's keep it going because, as you know, we're going to need all these players to come in. We need Ugarte to come in as well. Getting de Ligt and Mazraoui solves a problem, but we still need more. We need Hermoso to come in so we have a depth in defense. There's still the possibility of Lindelof leaving as well. Who knows? We might be making an actual bid for Kadioglu. I know that he's possibly going to Brighton. Brighton has been aggressive in their transfer, trying to secure the player. They've bid a bid of somewhere in the region of £30 million for him from his team, Galatasaray. Let's see how it goes because, you know, Man United could come in for the hijack. We've been hijacking a lot of players this summer, but one of those players will not be Youssef Fofana, guys. There's been some reports in the last coming days that Youssef Fofana has chosen his team and he's chosen AC Milan, guys. So all of you, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but the news right now is that Fofana has chosen AC Milan, and I think Man United are going to end their pursuit of this player. So that's going to be one down and more to go. Big up to you, Joe Blackman. What's good, my brother? I hope you're well. Good morning to the team. Big up to Luman coming in. Johnson Fidelis, what's good? What are my thoughts on Kadioglu? I think Kadioglu is an interesting player, very versatile. I think it would do us well to sign him, but at the same time, I think the price of 30K is a little bit too much at this current time. I don't think Man United might be able to afford it unless we are able to get them on the terms that would be agreeable for the current structure. And as you know, they are willing to pay some down and pay the balance over the course of the players' contracts, which has been the way we've done all the deals this summer so far. You know, over 20 through the door. Smash the likes, guys. Good morning to you. Every early line counts. It helps the channel grow immensely. Big up to you. Evan Ferguson Lamau. The guy barely played last season. I know, bro, but, you know, before last season, the United scouts were looking at him and they were already interested. You know, some weirdo called Fun Villa Cooper Andy seems to think I'm you. Looks like you did something to really mess him up. What? Cooper is in the chat, bro. He's probably on the stream laughing, bro. Trust me, he's in the stream as well, Brendan. You know, Kenny Fan TV, big up. Al Macas, Santiago Jimenez, not a bad player, you know, but we're broke. And that's one of the things we have to look at as well. I would have taken him at Manchester United as well, my bro. I would have certainly taken him at Manchester United. It's going to be interesting to see what we do. You know what I mean? And for you guys who don't know, one of the reasons why I'm saying it's very possible this might be the striking option if we had to go on for the deal. Personal terms have been agreed with Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund are close to securing a prize fee with the club Hoffenheim, and United have been said to be waiting in the wings to see what the price lands. He was said to be at a value of 20 million euros, but I think, you know, Borussia Dortmund bid somewhere in the region of 25 to 30 million euros for the player. Once the fee is set, I think you would see United going in for this player, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see if we get this deal over the line as well. I'm not too sure United is really concentrated on the forward line right now. As you know, yesterday I reported we are doing negotiations in advance talks with Mario Hermoso as well as Adrian Rabiot. So those are the two signings. I know the midfield is in focus in this current moment. Getting these two defenders in Mazraoui as well as De Ligt over the line would set us off in our refocus on what we're doing in the midfield. Now, there are talks that there might be negotiations to go forward for Sander Berge as well. You know, I'm not one that's keen on the player, but I will put my hand up if he comes in and performs really well. And if he's a Manchester United player, at the end of the day, I will back him. But at the same time, I would prefer we get a Ugarte and maybe someone like an Adrian Rabiot, maybe get a third or fourth defender as well, just for backup in case, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying, guys? I don't know if you guys agree, but let me know in the comments. We need Ferguson to bring back the luck. I mean, the luck of the Irish is interesting, but you know, I don't know, bro. Last season, he was really riddled with some injuries. He didn't perform really well. I think I would like to see him perform another season, but I would say the kid has talent. He has a good profile as well. It would be interesting to see. Bruh. Bro, you guys in the comments, man. We can't look at another striker until after the midfield and defense is sorted out. A striker is a luxury purchase. Yeah, Almac, 100%. These are just the reports that are coming out right now. The current focus is set to be in the midfield. I know we're in talks with Adrian Rabiot. We're still negotiation terms for Manuel Ugarte, and the talks are said to be positive on both ends. So I think that's a midfield positioning coming in very, very soon. I think you could get an announcement this week. The Manuel Ugarte deal could be a loan with an option to buy. It might be cheaper if we do an obligation, but I'm not sure if they want to do the obligation. This has been what has been keeping, that here we go away from us at the moment. The choice of doing the option as opposed to an obligation. So let's see how it goes on what they decide. But what I can tell you is this week we will be getting confirmation on those deals. We could be hearing two more here we goes in the next 48 hours, and that would be most likely with Mario Hermoso and one of Adrian Rabiot and Manuel Ugarte. Noticing that Manuel Ugarte is still our priority midfield target in this transfer window. Maybe keeping him fit and ready for the Fulham game. I don't know. It said that Zirkzee wasn't fit, so if he wasn't fit, why did your manager put him in the squad? Seems ETH has started becoming confused in handling substitutions with many players on the bench. I don't think so. I think, his substitutions were good yesterday. Having Zirkzee on the bench as an option maybe was just to get his feet wet, let the fans see him in a kit. These things, I don't think you'd have to think too much of it, to be fair. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know it's happening, right, bro? How do we have less than 15 likes? Guys, smash those likes. Help your boy grow. Help the community grow. Every like counts. Every single like shares the channel around to the next possible viewer, guys. So help me out. Help the channel grow, guys. Smash those likes if you have the chance. Manchester's Red Forever is coming in. Sanderberg to Manchester United. Any update? Well, last night, guys, I gave you news about Sanderberg. I told you that the CEO of Burnley was speaking out to the, and he was saying he's demanding a £30 million payout for the player. He's not going any less. So the only way I could see Manchester United doing this deal is if we pay somewhere in the region of £20 million plus 10 in add-ons, and it's going to have to be reasonable add-ons because they want to confirm the money. It might say that we might meet them in the middle for somewhere like 25 million and pay 5 in add-ons, which I think might be acceptable to the Brighton outfit. That's what I'm thinking is what might be possible for the deal to go through, because right now we expected it to be somewhere in the region of £20 million, but it has certainly increased with the advent that we are Manchester United. The tax has been added, so that's another 10 million for the player. I'm not too sure how you guys feel about that, but let me know in the comments. Yeah, well, you just I just gave you the update on those guys, bro. Big up. You know what I mean? How can you give a pen to an age player after playing 90 minutes? I mean, Manu Tata, bro. It's not that serious, bro. Yeah, well, Emerso is very decent, bro. He's been playing for Atletico Madrid for a couple seasons now. He's one of their best. I would say he's one of their best defenders if you look at his consistency over the current past seasons. He's regular in the Champions League fixtures as well. So he's a player with a lot of experience. He's left-footed. He is quick. He has very good aerial ability. He is very physical, bro, and he is good on the ball. He is certainly able to play a high line, and he can also play in the left back role. So, I think it's a good deal to do, especially because it's a free. You know what I mean? We hijack Zirkzee, Mazraoui, Euro, Zirkzee, but we can't hijack Fofana. Well, I don't think Fofana is that high up the list for us to be, attempting a hijack, in my honest opinion. I think he's a very, very good player, but I think in terms of what profiles we have in the list, I think he's lower down than a lot of fans think. Also, he chose Milan, so it's one of those things. You think I think we had, yeah, we never actually put in an official bid either for the player, so I don't think it was I think it was an opportunity, but I don't think it was a bargain. This guy loses the ball 14 times every single game he's played last season in the French league, and sometimes even more. That was the average. So for me, I don't know if fans would like to have a player who's going to lose the ball more than Casemiro does every single game. Say your sources and Armina, Alice, and even Sophia. Huh? It's just so funny that my streams are out before all of their streams in the morning. You know what I mean? It's so weird. And I don't think Sophia really likes me that much because I'm a Mason Greenwood fan. So, yeah, you know what I mean? It's weird. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. If Rashford doesn't perform, well, I mean, I think that's a different topic for a bit later on when we do the match reaction to the show tonight, guys. We're gonna do a match reaction and sort of discuss the options going forward and what we might be seeing going forward. Because as you can see, guys, these two defenders coming in and the possible advent of the two midfielders coming in, it's going to drastically change our starting lineup and change the depth and strength of our squad going forward. I think there's a lot of good choices to be had. And guys, don't be shocked that if we don't get Ferdy Kadioglu, which I do know Manchester United are currently inquiring about how they can go about the deal. There's also said that we've been looking at other options like Gonzalo Ignacio, as well as Michael Coyote. I gave you guys some information on Michael Coyote, the young Italian defender. He plays left back as well as right back. He is very, very quick, good on the ball, 20 years old. You know what I mean? He's almost like a better version of Alphonso Davies because he's actually very good defensively, but he can also get forward. So it's going to be interesting. It's reported that he's on a market value of somewhere in the region of 18 to 22 million pounds. So it might not be a bad deal for us to go do. We also have been looking at Milos Kerkez, guys. Do not forget, Milos Kerkez is still an option. There's also reports of Gutierrez from Girona. So, guys, there's still going to be options even if we don't get Ferdy Kadioglu. I know a lot of you would like Ferdy because of his dynamism and his versatility across the field. Should we prioritize a move for an out-and-out striker or stick with the false nine for the season? Well, it depends on what out-and-out striker you would be considering to prioritize a move for. I think maybe if we go get Max Bayer, I think that will help us out. Also, I think don't sleep on the fact that Højlund has a really, really good attacking coach now that will definitely improve the way he plays drastically going forward, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see how that goes. And I mean, there's an advent of Toney on the market. I know a lot of United fans are interested in hearing United going for the deal for Ivan Toney. He's said to be worth somewhere about 40 million pounds, where Brentford will be doing a deal for that much. But I'm a little bit concerned on Ivan Toney. I think it's a red flag that none of the other London clubs went in for him. Chelsea decided to buy an unproven goal scorer in Moradion for 35 million pounds than do a deal for Ivan Toney. Arsenal is looking to bring in a 100 million pound Victor Gyökeres instead of paying 40 million pounds for Ivan Toney, and Ivan Toney was talking for Arsenal all last season. So it's really interesting to me, guys. I don't know if we should be going there, but prospectively, if the fans want him, if the structure wants him, and we do the deal, we will back him because he will be a Manchester United player. Yeah, I don't know about Maguire, guys. There has been no reports that he has received any offers thus far. And as you know, Maguire is a difficult one. We're going to have to give him a payoff somewhere in the region of £7 million if he is to leave. Scott McTominay, however, there is still hope for him leaving at the end of the window. There's still interest coming in from Spurs as well as interest coming in from Fulham. Now, if Fulham does sign this young starlet that they're doing talks with Aston Villa, I think they're probably going to sign, this young Portuguese midfielder. I keep forgetting his name. One second. I think I forgot his name. Oh, right. His name is Diego Carlos. I think if they sign Diego Carlos, they might still come in, or I think they actually might be using him the same way we used the deal with Sanderberg to get Ugarte. I think mentioning the fact that we might go in for another option will allow Fulham, will make United drop their price for McTominay, or maybe meet in the middle with Fulham and a deal might be done. I'm still hoping that deal gets done. But prospectively, right now, we can say that Lindelof might be the next player to leave because Lindelof, there is interest coming in from Saudi as well as Fenerbahce, who are willing to spend somewhere in the region of €7 million to secure his services. but Manchester United will have to give Victor Lindelof a payoff somewhere between 2.5 and 3 million pounds in order to leave. And that's what's keeping back a lot of the deals this summer, guys. That's the frustrating part. Guys, if you're now joining, don't forget to smash a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, and I'm thanking you so very much in advance. Sanderberg at 30 million is ridiculous. I think it's interesting. You know, what if we get the deal done for 20 plus 10 or 25 plus 5? You know, I mean, if he does come in and bang, you know, we would have to hold our hands up, Almac. You know what I'm saying, bro? I have started going to church on Sundays and to the mosque on Fridays for the MarkN channel to grow as far as the sky is the limit. Thank you so much, Matata United. Big up to you, bro. That's a lot of prayer. I pray as well every night, my bro. Thank you. We're talking about Zirkzee keeping him fit and ready for the Fulham game. Well, Zirkzee is fit. Zirkzee is fit. You know what I mean? And I think he, you know, he was not played yesterday because he has not had, you know, enough training minutes. So maybe Erik ten Hag was worried about another situation where a player could be injured before he gets to debut for United. And I know, you know, the guys, everyone, all of the fans, we have seen what happened with social media when, you know, Lenny Euro got injured. So I think he did the right thing. I will back him on not playing Zirkzee yesterday. I think I would rather see Zirkzee start against Fulham than play in that game and possibly get injured. And that's my opinion. Hermoso for free will be very good to have the experience. Yeah, he's a very good player as well. We should be looking at Manu Toney. He's had a pretty good tournament in the Olympics. He wants to leave his current club. He's a physical unit and is technical. And he could be a bargain. Well, yeah, there have been some reports that Manu Toney could be bought for somewhere in the region of 17 to 25 million pounds. And it might be a good deal. I think we should look at it. You know, I'm not a fan of some of the options that we had available, but, you know, if we can get maybe an Ugarte and a Kone, I think I'd be much happier. That's just my honest opinion. Omoso started in defense for Simeone. That right there tells you he's a very good player, 100%. If you know about Simeone as a defender, that guy was ruthless. And I think Hermoso is very, very good as well. Where Huda, I can't find it. From UK. For me, actually, I'm not from the UK, bro. I'm actually from Trinidad and Tobago, to be fair. A left-sided defender needed. Our selection is really unbalanced. Yeah, we're going to get him, bro. We're going to get him. I think Mario Hermoso is going to be the next Here We Go. I think we will probably hear about that tomorrow because, you know, we already sent in an offer of 6 million euros per season for the next 3 seasons. And I think it's a deal he will accept. You know, he's going to come to United. He's going to be offered a large chunk of rotational minutes. He's going to have the option to play play more game time and probably earn twice as what he was earning in, you know, Spain. I think he was earning somewhere in the region of 40K per week in euros, and at United he will be earning something like 60K, I think. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Fofana doesn't lose the ball as much as you think. Yes, he does, bro. Go check the stats. His average is 14 balls lost per game, every game. And it's not... otherwise, that's the only negative for me, bro. Like, to be honest, when I said that about Fofana, that's his only negative, in my opinion. So I don't think he's one... And he's not really a great tackler, so it's two things. I think he's more of a box-to-box 8 than actually a DM, in my opinion. So, you know, I don't mind getting Fofana, bro, but I'm just living on the reality that that's exactly what we're gonna have to see every game, in my opinion, to be fair. Big up to you, Mental Ball Game. Yeah, 735 subscribers and counting. The march to 1K is on, guys. Let's go. We're gonna get there by Friday, guys. I promise you. Keep liking, keep supporting, keep sharing, guys, and we will be there by Friday. Toney is 29. All the clubs want youngsters now. Ferguson is 19. If Toney was around 25, he'd be hot cake. You know, the thing with Ivan Toney for me, Matata, is like, I don't really rate the guy. He scored 36 goals in 4 seasons in the Premier League, and he's only scored 16 goals from open play in 4 seasons. That's almost 200 games, and the guy's only scored 16 goals from penalties. Yeah, I think that's a bit long, bro. I think that's a bit long, man. He scored 20 penalty goals in 4 seasons and scored 16 open play goals, bro. That is long for me, bro. That's not a prolific striker by any means. You know what I mean? His average is not even 10 on 10. So it's weird, bro, for me. I wouldn't buy the guy, to be fair. Big up to everyone coming in. Big up to you, Nikhil as well. Who will be starting with Martinez, Euro, De Ligt, or Goatee Maguire? I don't know. I think I would start Euro if he was fit, but for now, I would be starting Matthijs de Ligt. Matthijs de Ligt is a very, very good defender, guys. I think I'm with Brendan on this one. In 3 to 6 months, he's gonna be a fan favorite. You know what I mean? Seven. Yeah, bro. That's actually the cost, bro. To be fair, United should have accepted. Yeah, we should have, bro. We should have. I'm telling you. How true is Evan Ferguson's story? Do we have the cash? We already bought Zirkzee. Well, I don't know. I'm not 100% on the Evan Ferguson story. I think it's a report that because we have been scouting him over the last 2.5, 3 seasons. So it's more for me like a report based on the knowledge that we have been scouting him and have been having interest in the player. So I'm not too sure we're gonna spend that kind of money on a striker right now. I think maybe in January we could see some movement, but right now it has to be an opportunity for a striker, bro. It's not going to be something that we're spending like 35, 40 million pounds. Definitely not. You know what I mean? Big up to you, Otagebi Taiwo. Big up to you, broski. I am also a Manchester United fan for life, bro. You know how it is. You know how it is. You know how it is, guys. Big up. Yeah, I mean, I won't say he was disgusting, bro. I just think that Rashford needs to do better. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we might not rate a player, but these players are talented. To make it to where the level that they've made it to in football is like the 1% of footballers, bro. So they have to have talent and ability, but it's the application of that talent. And for me, Marcus Rashford is like a Mason Mount kind of player. They're good sometimes, but then they're bad most of the time. You know what I mean? So it's not really a player I would like to see us moving forward with. I was pretty disappointed that we offered him a contract for 4 years for 375K per week. But I know a lot of fans were giddy off of the fact that he scored 30 plus goals for the first time in his playing career in one single season. Now, it's for me, it's all about the profile of the winger. He's a winger, so which means one of his best stats supposed to be assists. And when someone averages six to 9 assists in all competitions, that's not good enough by any means, bro. That's not even elite. That's barely average. I think there are average wingers in the Premier League that average more than 10 assists per season. Where does that leave Marcus Rashford? You know what I mean? Brighton want 100 million for Ferguson. They are stuck with him. That's 100%. Big up to you, my brother. I got a buddy from Nigeria as well. He's on my streams usually, and his name is Drex, Admiral Drex. Of course, I think he's living in Canada right now, but I know he's originally from Nigeria, my bro. So, yeah, you're welcome to come in anytime. I do some call-in shows as well. Later on in the match preview, I will be dropping the link for everyone to come in and have their say as well. You know what I mean? Clubs keep walking away after they talk to Toney. Something is off there. 100%. 100%. You know what I mean? Now, guys, I don't know how to say this, and I don't want to offend anyone by saying this, but I've been hearing of some reports that a few years ago, Ivan Toney had a surgery on his back for scoliosis. Now, while it was successful for the most part, it is something that could be a concern for a lot of top clubs. Because depending on if he was to get injured, that could be compromised at the end of the day. So it's one of those things where I think maybe it could be a bit of his attitude and maybe his medical history, but you never know, guys. You know what I'm saying? I think he doesn't get enough minutes for England. I think he needs to start getting more minutes for England, and then maybe we can talk about coming to United as well. Bro, what Haaland gonna do against us when we have the lit Martinez Euro? Nothing. Nothing. Jarwick said that about Matthijs becoming a fan with. Oh, it's Jarwick. Yeah, I'm with Jarwick on that one. But Brendan, I know you always talk about some players as well. 3 to 6 months. It's definitely going to happen. Big up to you, Stephanie Griffith, coming in. I hope you're well. Hope everything is good with you. It's a nice, bright Sunday. Hope you're enjoying the day, everyone. I hope you take some time to enjoy the day with your family, with your friends, with your loved ones, you know what I mean? And have a smile. Maybe have a beverage, whether it be non-alcoholic or whatever. Enjoy the day, guys. Time waits on no man, and time passes you by really quickly. You must enjoy the little good moments, you know what I mean? You should know people seem to think Jarwick and you are the. I don't know how that's even possible, bro. The dude is Dutch. How about young Owie Martin? We have just completed his medical and stuff. There's been some issues with the confirmation of of him signing for United. Arsenal have said to be appealing because they don't want to lose the talent, so they were appealing to the Premier League not to allow him to able to sign for Manchester United so they can keep the talent at Arsenal. I think they are fox with grapes. I think they're sour and they're just jealous that they don't develop young talent well. If you look at it, 3,000 plus minutes compared to 517 over in the last 5 years. That tells you enough of how Man United develops their young talent. And this is what's attracting some of these youngsters to the club. So Man United are set to give Arsenal some compensation for young Obi Martin before they officially announce him as a Manchester United player, which should be happening in the next couple of days. So he's basically a Manchester United player, but he won't be announced until they arrange the compensation, which is under negotiations currently. I've openly degeared my 4 profiles, nothing more. Big up to you, bro. Big up to you, the Wizard. What role is a striker's job when the wingers like to score and goals and cut in? Well, if you look at Amad Diallo yesterday, Wizard, people think I don't like Amad. I'm just a little bit, let's just not hype him now. Let him deliver over the next 10 games, and then let's start hyping the kid. But if you can see what he's doing, you see the positions that Mason Mount got into yesterday. Imagine that was Højlund, or imagine that was Zirkzee. That would have been a goal. People think that Amad did the wrong thing. I think Mason Mount was not using his brain. Obviously, that ball's coming up. Even if the ball is not coming across the box, you have to make the run. You have to make the run, and he didn't. So, it was a chance missed, but I think if our strikers was there, that would have been goal number 1, in my honest opinion. Nothing I could do about it. I just find it interesting. Big up to you. Ineos praying for Rashi Purple Patch. They will want the wage gone at some point. Yeah, I think that's the case. I think a lot of fans need to get aware because, as much as we would want Marcus Rashford bench, as much as we would not want to see Marcus Rashford, taking up all these minutes, from a young player like Garnacho, who's proving to show better performances in less time. You have to look at it like Ineos is trying to get a purple patch so we can get the value up, so we can get interest and he can be sold. It's going to be difficult to get a guy on 375k out the door for a decent fee, guys. Wingers aren't wingers anymore. Stephanie, what are your thoughts on this statement? I really like this comment because it's true. Wingers aren't wingers anymore. Even traditional wingers would cut in sometimes and shoot. The likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, I think he was more of a traditional winger, but he could still dribble a player and go for goal himself. But for the most part, Cristiano put in lots of crosses when he played on the left midfield for United, as well as on the right wing. So it's interesting, guys. I think some of these wingers now, they not only should be able to cut in and shoot, but they should be able to provide it on the wing. It should be a mixture of both cutting and shooting, putting the crosses in, and using the overlaps. And I think finding the perfect mixture is what's going to make a winger the best winger going forward. But most importantly, they need to be 1v1 specialists. They need to be able to beat their man when they meet their man, in my honest opinion. Rashford isn't an assist player. He's a direct player that only tries to score. Well, basically, you're saying he's a forward, my bro, which is not a winger. And yeah, I always addressed him as a left forward and not a left winger because he doesn't provide the things that a winger does. And as a left forward, if we don't play a 2-striker system, then obviously he shouldn't be starting it. And that's just my honest opinion. I've had this opinion for like about 3 or 4 seasons now. and people tell me I'm crazy, but in the last 3 or 4 seasons, he's performed more terribly than he's performed well, and that's what I think. Big up to McTominay. He might be one of the players walking out the door at the very end of the window, guys. I know there's reports that Erik ten Hag may not want to let him go, but I think a bid's going to come in for this player that we're going to accept. I think it's going to be somewhere in the region of 20 to 25 million pounds. And I think Man United will accept the deal because we're going to be having replacements coming in. And if you guys notice, a young Toby Collier came into that game yesterday and had a very, very good performance. He had a better performance than McTominay. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where he has been seeing the end of his career at Man United in the starlet that is Toby Collier. I think he's going to offer everything McTominay can and much more, with given the time to perform and gain the experience and mature in his gameplay. Tracking back already, 100%. You know what I'm saying? Football has changed and players and teams therefore have to adapt. Big up to that. Big up to all of you watching in the building. Don't forget to smash the likes and share it along. Help the channel grow. Road to 1K is here. Let's get there together, guys. 100%. I don't know about this, bro. I don't know about this, but thank you for the compliment. I would take that and I would use that to, keep my consistency and try to bring better streams and more informative streams for you guys going forward. Smash those likes, people. Let's get to 50 likes. That probably will be one of the highest total of likes I've ever had. This has to be the second highest, guys. Big up to you guys. Thank you so much. Yo, GB is pushing it. Let's get to 75. Let's try it. Big up. Okasun Sheriff is coming in. Good morning, bro. Happy Sunday. I'm here. I'm happy for the De Ligt and Mazraoui deal. Finally, here we go. Yeah, bro. We've been talking about this deal for like 2 to 3 weeks. I've been thinking every Tuesday was going to be the medical since last week, Tuesday. Yeah, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's just one of those things. Yes, Joe Blackman, I would say it again. We had a better game than City. They only had one shot on target, and that's the goal they scored at the very end. I think Manchester United had done well, seemingly with a very weak defense. I think it's a lot of positives the fans can take from this team and their performances that we've seen. And I think that we're going to do a lot better in the season that we think. Because in a competitive game, I could still see that these players have a little bit of a level to go up still. You know what I mean? I know we had a bad season last season, guys, but with what we have been seeing in preseason, I think every game we have seen more levels, better performances, and it's only going to continue going forward, I think, especially with the likes of some of the prospective signings coming in, like Ugarte, possibly a Sander Berger, or maybe, a Rabiot coming in, and possibly getting Mario Hermoso as a backup for Lisandro Martinez. I think that's going to be the real icing on the cake, in my opinion. UK Hood, who is that, bro? Morning, folks. Big up to you, Brush. Hope you're well, my bro. Big up to you. Man City are the Community Shield winners. That's okay, bro. It's all good. Rashford overpaid and overplayed. Bench at best. I think that would be a good option for him. Now, when I say I think the bench is a good option for Marcus Rashford, I'll be clear. Sometimes players on the bench, they get frustrated. They see the game a little better. Sometimes they might eventually see what they have been doing wrong and how they can fix those things and come in and make an impact. And, maybe, coming off the bench might spark that fire on the Rashford and bring him back to the Rashford of olden days. I think, in my honest opinion, when he was wearing the number 19, he was one of the best players on the field. That's what I would say. That's some years ago, guys. Anthony is the strangest winger known to football since Kanchelkis. Big up, bro. Big up for that one. Guys, what's interesting is United spend hundreds of millions on players that are better without the ball. Defending is done without the ball. Same with buying Mount and midfielders United have. Possibly. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Thank you very much, guys. Guys, thank you so much for all of you joining me here this morning. Big up to you, Tommy Boyle, for coming in. Yeah, Anthony said in an interview that he wasn't happy playing as left back. He should be happy to play anywhere. He did also say in the same interview that, he's going to make a change to what he was to last season. He's going to try to do more hard work on his right foot as well, get more assists, cross the ball more, and play where the team needs him to play. So I think it's up in the air, guys. I think no matter which one, whoever is starting, they all have to fight for their positions, and we could only judge them when they get game time. That's my honest. Probably sell Mount McTominay to yeah, probably might be interesting to see. Oh, my favorite rapper. Hmm, I haven't had a favorite rapper for a long, long time. But when I did, it was 50 Cent or Jay Z, one of the two, bro. Big up. You know, before that was Notorious B.I.G. I have to say it. Smash those likes, people. Just give me the like. Yeah, big up to you, bro. Done, done. You don't know. Big up to you, Stratford Gamer, coming in. Do a chill stream where not full football related things. Yeah, I could do that. Maybe if you guys have time, maybe tomorrow a little bit later on this evening, I will come in and drop a stream and we could just sit down and chill and talk about, you guys, what you guys interested in, gaming, movies, sports, food, you know what I mean, music, you know what I mean. I used to work as a record engineer as well in the hit factory in Miami as well for a couple of years. So I worked with quite a few of those artists as well. So it's one of those things, guys. Just to put that out there. Big up to everyone coming in. Big up to you, Mohan Tips. Ahmad this season is gonna be his 100%. All the players that showed performances last season are definitely gonna get deserving their starting positions this season. This is why I'm thinking, yeah. Yo, whenever you're doing your stream, bro, just let me know. Drop me in the what let me know on WhatsApp and I'll jump in. Yeah, I think, what's funny, guys. Somewhere back in 2011, I think, I was working in this music studio in Davie in North Miami, and some of my friends they work with this. They have this YouTube channel called Monkey, something like that, But one of the guys is Mardi. They were now starting the channel up and stuff, and we did a kind of blooper rap video, and I was pretending to be 50 Cent in the video. That was the year, like a lot of 10 like 13 years ago, guys. Big up. I'm interested. Yeah, my hair was shorter back then as well too, so I kind of really looked like him back then. To be fair, not food again, yo. We can talk about all kinds of food. You know what I mean? Trini is super diverse, having like a part Indian culture, African culture, and the Creole culture. You know what I mean? So we have lots of varying dishes in Trinidad that can be traced back to Africa, India. You know what I mean? I still think we have the best curry in the world in Trinidad. Let me know what you guys think. They can use the community shield to put a turkey on it. 100%. We got the FA Cup. Guys, let's get in a quick recap of the news coming out today. Manuel Ugarte is still on for Manchester United. It's possibly going to be a deal that you could be here announced in the coming days for a loan with an option to buy or possibly an obligation. There's just a discrepancy between, the loan fee when it comes to it's going to be half as cheap if we take it with an obligation. It's going to be probably in the region of £7 to £9 million if it's an option to buy. Let's see if United does the deal. Could we get Scott McTominay out the door and facilitate a permanent option? Let's see how it goes. Yeah, I use Spotify, bro. At the same time, I haven't used it in a while. I have to check that out in this coming week here as well. But, also news coming in. The deal's advancing for Mario Hermoso to Manchester United, somewhere in the region of 90K per week. It's over 3 years for something like a €6 million deal for the defender coming in on a free from Atletico Madrid. There's also been reports that the deal is advancing with Adrian Rabiot, somewhere in the region of 140 to 170K per week. Let's see if those deals get done. It is said that United are moving more aggressive to get deals done this week. They want to get to complete their transfers before the rush of the last 2 weeks of the window and maybe only deal with outgoings in that time or maybe possible, opportunities that arise. So United are set to probably welcome another 2, possibly 3 more players after the medicals happen in the first couple of days of next week for Matthijs de Ligt as well as Noussair Mazraoui. There's possibly going to be Monday or Tuesday where their medicals will begin and be completed. Let's see how that goes. The official announcement of Here He Goes will shortly follow with them holding up the shirts. They're already traveling to Manchester today. so that they can get themselves settled to be prepared for the medicals tomorrow and Tuesday. Guys, as you know, Chido B. Martin has completed his medical, but United, before their official announcement, has to sort out how they call it, an appeal by Arsenal to the FA for, poaching the young star from the academy, and they will have to be doing a compensation package for Arsenal. There's also some reports coming in that Sanderberg has been valued at £30 million, no less, by the CEO of Burnley, who will be expecting that full transfer fee to be met in order for the player to leave. It's going to be interesting to see what we do. Manchester United have also made some interesting contacts for none other than Ferdy Kadioglu. Although Brighton have sent a bid in for the region of £30 million, let's see if that progresses in the coming days. There's also been some talk about United possibly going in for a striker option. Evan Ferguson has been the most recent related option, but we know Brighton wants somewhere in the region of 80 to 100 million pounds for the player. I don't think it's going to be that. I think we might be quicker looking at something like Max Bayer, who's coming out of Hoffenheim, scored 16 goals last season for somewhere in the region of 25 million pounds. Let's see if that goes. I think the priority right now is the midfield, so maybe the next signing in the next couple hours might be a Rabiot, a Hermoso, and even maybe an Ugarte. Guys, it's been my favorite Biggie song, man. More money, more problems. To be fair, more money, more problems. Yeah, more money, more problems, bro. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about Ivan Toney, bro. I've never really rated him. You know what I mean? I don't think he's a prolific striker, but I think he's definitely a good striker nevertheless. So maybe if we can get him for like £20 million, I'd do the deal. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I was just making a joke there. I probably would do a deal for 30 million, 35 million pounds, bro. I don't know. I would rather get Max Bayer. I think Max Bayer has a higher ceiling. I think he's prolific. I think it's an option that we should be looking at. But at the same time, you never know. Toney is Premier League proven. He will probably give us 10 to 15 goals a season. You never know. He could do better. So let's see how that goes. But thank you so much to all of you coming in. Big up to each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for your time. This has been your update, your daily, your morning views from your boy, MarkN MUFC fan. Guys, we're going to be here every week, every day. If it's not transfer updates, it will be scouting. If not, it will be a watch along. And, maybe I'll try to do some streams where we could just chill and shoot the breeze, guys. Big up to all of you coming in. Big up to you, Stretford Gamer. Good afternoon to Jarvis Cucker. Big up to you, broski. I hope you're enjoying your vacation. Big up to everyone smashing the likes. Thank you for that. 50 likes. I think this is the second time I've achieved this. Big up to all of you. Stephanie Griffith, big up to you as well. Big up to you, Joe Blackman. And if you guys aren't seeing this live, don't forget, drop your comments. Let us know what you're thinking and smash the likes. Jarvis, how's the vacation going? I hope it's well. Your tan is looking better than mine. Big up to you, brother. Hope you're well. Big up to you, Casemiro. Manchester is red forever. Big up to you. Big up to you, Nikhil. Big up to Tommy Boyle coming in. Rabiot and Ugarte will be challenging for the title. I definitely agree with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Big up to you, Manu Tata. Big up to GB. Big up to Okasun Sheriff. Big up to you, Brush. Thank you for coming in today. Big up to Mental Ball Game. Big up to all of you guys. Brendan Chappelle. Big up to Matata United. Big up to you, Roberto Antonio. Big up to you, Al Mac. Catch you guys later. And if I didn't say your name, guys, Mark Iman. Big up to you as well, Casimir. Johnson Fidelis. Big up to Compo Smurf, the Sniper Man. Mark Davies as well. Dark Crow. What's good, homie? I will catch you guys later, guys. Kenny Fan TV. Hopefully you might be able to join me for the stream later on. Guys, thank you again for always taking the time to join your boy live for my streams each and every time. I will see you guys later. Have a safe day and enjoy it, guys.